non-technical violation, their recommended sentence would be no more than 34 months on the minimum to a maximum of 20 years with credit for 265 days in jail. And Ms. Robinson, do you adopt that recommendation as an offer?
No, Your Honor, I've spoken to Mr. Greer and I've made an offer of a cap at 26 months to 20 years if a plea is entered to a non-technical violation.
All right, Mr. Greer, is that your understanding of the offer?
It was.
You get an opportunity to discuss that with Mr. Palmer.
I have.
What does he want to do today?
He's going to enter a plea.
Is that correct, Mr. Palmer?
Yes, sir.
Raise your hand, please. You solemnly swear, oath, or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
That's right.
So, Mr. Palmer, have you resolved your issues? I think it was in Muskegon County.
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so do you understand that the allegations here are that you were placed on probation with this court for the 10-year felony offense of carrying a concealed weapon?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that you're alleged to have committed a non-technical violation, and that you violated condition number 1, that you're not violating any criminal law of any unit of government. The allegation here is that on or about September 29, 2024, that you violated Michigan state law when you assaulted Jasmine Torres. You were subsequently arrested and charged with assaulting a dangerous weapon. Understand the allegations contained in count 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know someone named Jasmine Torres?
Yes, it's my
How did you know her?
She's my wife.
Okay. And on that date, did you assault and batter her in some way?
Yes, Your Honor.
What'd you do?
We had an accident, a car accident. I was driving in my car, she was in her car. And I hit the brakes and she crashed into me.
All right. So you're first, right? You're the first car?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And she's behind you,
No,
and you're mad.
no, I was trying to stop her from, she was driving a vehicle that was damaged. That's why I spoke to Muskegon. She was driving a vehicle that was damaged. Me and her had an argument that morning. So she jumped in the car to take off. So I was trying to prevent her from leaving in the vehicle that was broken. And I stopped abruptly to try to talk to her, and on purpose, yes, to stop her, not to cause an accident, but that is what happened. And I shouldn't have done that because.
You agree that slamming on the brakes with her behind you caused a reasonable likelihood that there would be damage to property or people?
Property, yes.
Like,
10 people.
And people, yes, she's in the car, yeah. Yeah,
sir?
sorry.
Sir?
I'm just nervous, Your Honor, that's all.
No, you're lying.
No, I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt her. I knew that it could happen, yes, that she could hit me. I was stopping abruptly in front of her, yes.
What'd you plead to in Muskegon County?
I pled to a simple assault and battery in Muskegon County, yes.
Is it also true that you didn't report that property damage accident?
Yes, Your Honor.
You committed numerous violations of the criminal law. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are the attorneys aware of any promises, threats, or inducements which have not been stated on the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Is he competent to enter this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Is the court to comply with the court for taking plea in a probation violation case?
Court has, Your Honor.
Yes, it has, Your Honor.
The court does find the plea to be understanding voluntary and accurate. Do the parties wish to proceed to sentencing today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was the report timely made available to you?
It was, Your Honor.
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Mr. Greer, have you had the opportunity to read the report and discuss it?
I have.
Do you have any additions, corrections, or challenges?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything that you want the court to consider?
Well, Your Honor, I think the court needs to consider the fact that there were these charges in Muskegon County, but they ended up getting pled down because they had, I think they had some proof problems to time served and misdemeanor. My client is employed at his automotive garage. He also occasionally works for Coopersville Pallet. because he has to make money, just purchased a house. He's got, I think, 3 children with this woman who was part of the situation. I think all of his, he needs, I think he's got his fines and costs down to something about 200 and some bucks or something, you said?
Yeah.
And have you taken all your classes?
I didn't complete them all yet. No.
Okay, well, and so I would ask for a time less than 26 months.
And Mr. Palmer, have you had the opportunity to read the report and discuss it with Mr. Greer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any additions, corrections, or challenges?
No, Your Honor.
Anything that you want to say on your own behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. I had just purchased a home with my wife. We have 3 small children at home, and I also have 2 children with my ex. I work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've been working at Courtroom Appellate at night, plus I own my own business. My wife, she works, but she is not making enough really to cover all the bills. I left here in January last year. You know, I made some mistakes. I had some struggles, but Your Honor, I truly have been trying to just be a good father for my kids and to work hard and provide for them. I understand that I do believe that I needed some treatment, for my problems, some mental health treatment, and because I've obviously made some poor choices, and I keep doing the same thing to try to self-medicate, and I'm aware that it's not working. I would ask that I could just get a sentence, if I could get a sentence less than 26 months so I can continue to provide for my family. She was going to be here today to speak for me as well. I don't know if that was possible or not, but she had to take work off and time off work, and we live in Muskegon, so she hasn't quite made it here.
So these kids that you were providing for, they were the 3 children that were in the vehicle when you slammed on your brakes and you caused her to collide with you?
Right, Your Honor. My concern was in that situation, if you allow me to explain, is that the vehicle that she was driving, I understand that it was dangerous, okay? The vehicle that she was driving was faulty. And I know that she was going to go on the highway, and I knew that if she went on the highway, that it would break, and that she could possibly get in a lot more harm to my children and to herself than if I was to stop at that point. Now, I'm not saying that what I did was right. There's many other ways that I could have taken to do this, but at the time, I was in panic and I was concerned for my children and her. And if she was here today, she would also tell you the same thing. I understand that it looks.
So why would she tell the police that you repeatedly rammed her car? Like you slammed on the brakes, she hit the back, she gets away from you, and then you continually rammed her car until she spun out across Sherman Avenue. Did she lie to the police when she said that?
She isn't the one that said that. The witnesses that said that, Your Honor, she had stated that.
Torres advised that when she was unable to stop, she struck the rear of the Audi. Torres advised that when she was able to get away from the defendant, leading to the defendant continuing to strike her vehicle and ultimately striking her vehicle on the passenger side, causing her to spin across the oncoming traffic and strike the north curve on West Sherman Drive. This report attributes that statement to her.
Right. Yes, correct.
You're saying that she didn't say that?
No, that's correct. I misunderstood what you were asking.
So you repeatedly hit her vehicle after this first stop in the road.
Yes.
And that was somehow designed to help her or keep your kids safe?
No.
Why are you trying to lie to me?
I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm trying to say that I was trying to prevent her from going on the highway and flipping the vehicle and causing way more damage.
So ramming her repeatedly was a better option?
No, it wasn't. It was not. The best option would have been to call somebody or to talk to somebody. At the time, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do to prevent her from going on the highway. I didn't want her to get. I didn't want nothing to happen to her. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I wasn't trying. Wasn't trying to.
No, you may convince yourself that that's true, but I don't believe a word of what you're saying.
I know you don't. I don't apologize for that. I really wasn't. I wasn't trying to
I
hurt
feel
you.
like that's probably what happened. And then she got feeling bad about it and then didn't cooperate with the people in Muskegon County and probably changed her story because you started to put on that teary-eyed and the crying voice. And she probably felt bad for you because you told her, I'm gonna go to prison forever. And maybe she got worried about having money to pay the bills. And then she decided to just kind of back off. But I have every reason to believe what she said to the police then was absolutely true.
It was, because she didn't speak the truth. That's what happened. But that wasn't my intention, so that is what happened. And I wasn't thinking correctly. And that is why I'm here today. And that's I didn't make the right choice.
That might be the understatement of 2025 so far. We'll see if it holds up. Ms. Robinson, anything that you want the court to consider?
Your Honor, we ask the court to consider the fact that the defendant clearly still, that's not taking responsibility for this, lying to the court, trying to minimize what occurred until the court read from the police report directly. We also point out that the defendant has been on probation 12 times and has been unsuccessful at 9 of them. And with that in mind, we would ask the court to sentence to the top of the now what I consider probably too generous of an offer that the people have made and give the defendant 26 months on the minimum. Thank you.
All right, the court recognizes that the advisory guidelines would suggest a sentence between 5 and 34 months. The courts can exercise their discretion, sentence consistent with the advisory guidelines, consistent with the plea agreement in this case. The sentence of the court that you serve 26 months on the minimum to a maximum of 10 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. I'll give you credit for the 265 days that you've served so far. We're in order that the $277.60 or whatever the current balance is be collected through the inmate account and parole process. Mr. Palmer, you have 3 prior felonies, you have 32 prior misdemeanors, plus whatever happened in Muskegon County. You know, you're not going to do anything different until you stop lying to yourself. Plain and simple. Looking at your history of reporting even on this case. You wouldn't report when they wanted to, you wouldn't report where they wanted to, you wouldn't take drug tests. You just think that you can do things your own way. And we'll see how that works for you.